Hey Dave, David New York Wolves here, and I have Glen from Florida Wolves with me. So we played in the Supporters Club match after the Everton match today, but a couple of thoughts on the Everton match. That we were clearly the better team, even with essentially a lot of B team players starting off, and as unfortunately is very common this season, we didn't finish them off when we had the chances, and they broke our hearts with a 99th minute equaliser.
Yes.
Still not quite sure where 9 minutes of injury time came from, but you know, hard to take. Would have been nice to finish the season on a high, but I don't know, Glenn, any other thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. We came out strong and came out fast, and I was thinking someone was going to get a goal in the first 5 minutes, and it didn't happen. But yeah, I thought, as you said, we controlled the game. We just have a hard time getting that second one to put the game away, and that's been the story of the last year and a half of Wolves. And so Julian's got to figure that out, get us a striker, and I like the way we're headed, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Future looks bright.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you look at the record post Lopetegui coming in, and we've been doing pretty well, and it was pretty sad to watch all the players touring the pitch at the end. You know, we're assuming that we've probably seen the last of Neves, Moutinho, Traore, Raul, etc. So, you know, that was a little bit emotional, but
it was. And I didn't even see if Johnny was down there. He's
well,
always the other one I forget about.
That's a great point.
From the crew.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't see him down there.
No, that's a good point. I don't think Moutinho was there because he wasn't on the bench. But you know, I suppose Lopetegui's not going to pander to emotional sentiment, right? He's got a game to win, so whatever he thinks the right squad is that's what he's going to go with. So I think it did look like Raul was pretty emotional at the end as he was going around. Definitely a club legend. So
we will miss him.
Absolutely.
Sad the way it all ended with him.
Yeah, it is.
It's a high start for that first 2.5 years or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
All right, well, thanks, Dave. I'll send you one more next week after Arsenal. See ya.
See you guys.
Hey, Dave, Wolfman Jeff here on the porch in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Last home match of the year. Well, looked like we had it in the bag. I want to talk about the goal, especially a great performance, I think, from Adama on getting that set up. Huang, I think he really showed some great caliber just being there and getting that goal in. Wish we've seen more performance from those two guys like that throughout the season. This may have been the last home match for Adama, so I think that was a really good send-off for him. Pedence may have been not Pedence. Johnny wasn't there, may have been his last game. Neves had a good performance, unfortunately may have been his last. But then there's two others, like Johnny, who didn't make an appearance, Raul and João Moutinho. And Raul also, he was at least on the bench, and that kind of hurt. I gotta say, them not appearing hurts worse than the last goal that we gave up. And just because it's very likely they're not coming back. We still have, obviously, Raul under contract, but it's very likely he's coming back after next season. I do wonder if he really fell out of favor with Julian after what happened at the World Cup. Still, just not the send-off. So it's just, the whole thing just kind of sours my mood right now. So just it's good to see Neves and Adama get their send away in a wonderful way. But the other three, especially Raul, and João Moutinho, would have liked to see them play. Didn't matter for us as much. It mattered more to Everton, and they came back. It was a stupid goal that we should have stopped. A little frustrated with that, but more frustrated about our outgoing players. Onward, upward, always Wolves.
Hello Wolves fans, this is Dinny here in Ireland. Just finished the match, just waiting for the lads to do their kind of lap of honour around Molineux. So a big day for Wolves with all those players that are supposedly finishing up today. Raul and Neves and Traore and the like. So the game was enjoyable. The most disappointing thing about the game for me was Everton are so poor. No urgency out of Everton. But look, we're not here to talk about Everton. That's their own business. Yeah, really enjoyed the game. I think Wolves were the better team overall. Calvert-Lewin could have had maybe a headed goal in the first half, but as soon as things settled down and a bit of bluster wore away, Wolves kind of took over mostly. Traore was very good in the first half in particular, and I'm giving him my man of the match. Adama Traore, a frustrating player all round, but hopefully he goes on to have a world-beating career, because he does have it in him, I guess, if somebody can find it and get it out of him. Oh, what else? I suppose I'll give the match a 6 out of 10, because it was really a damp squib with Wolves' season being over. Just so disappointed with Everton. Wolves are very unlucky to concede that goal at the end, I guess, to make it the 1-1. But sure, look, that's football for you. Them things happen. And that's kind of it. So that's me signing off. Onwards and upwards. Just going to wait for the guys to come out now, and I might shed a few tears. It's like the day Nuno left. Yeah. Oh.
This is Chris from Eidsvoll in Norway. Now you'll see regular viewers on this channel will see that it's very unfortunate that I have a glass of beer and not the winning tankard. I have a reason for that, of course, is that Everton equalised after, was it 98 minutes 50 seconds? Truly incredible. But you knew it was coming. Look, I've been following this team for 40 years now, and it's just the way it works, isn't it? You expect it, it happens. I've said also on this channel before that one of the worst things I think about this team is that you can't trust the players. You just can't trust them to do the right thing when the pressure's on. You know, a bit of negativity and they fall apart. We've seen it before. And I really cannot in any way defend how we started that game and how we finished that game. The first 30 minutes before we scored the opening goal was awful. Bad touches, bad passes, bad positioning, poor decision making. And then the last 20 minutes, we just threw everyone back. And of course Everton were going to attack us, but we made it easy for them. This has been a really, really difficult season, hasn't it, for everybody? There's no doubt about that. I'll be glad when it ends next week. This has not been enjoyable, and it can't happen again. I'm struggling to think of many or indeed any positives to take from this season. It's become mature watching the games. Do I look forward to it? Not really. Just you have to do it, don't you? It's in your blood. You don't choose, in a way, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolverhampton Wanderers chooses you. And you have to accept the lifestyle that goes with it. The highs are so high, but the lows are many. And for me, today's a low. That's all I want to say this week.
Here you go.
Hello everyone, Brighton, Thailand. Game just finished 1-1. Not much you can say about the game really. I don't think it was a good game. In the first half, Sarabia ran across and put the ball across, nobody in, a bit typical, but referee had a poor game, especially in the first half when he books him out Dawson, a bit harsh. We got a goal from a breakaway by Adama Traore. He ran 3/4 of the length of the pitch, had a shot saved, and Wang was on in there to get the rebound. So you think half time that's not too bad, 1-0. But second half again, the game basically was. I found it frantic and I don't know. It wasn't that. It was scrappy, but Bentley saved us in the second half. A shot from the winger who came inside, flapped at it, basically went round. But nah, it was just. And they got a goal bang on the 9th minute of injury time. Man of the match, Ruben Neves, performance 6. You can see Neves, he's going by when he was substituted on 88, and everybody hugged him and shook his hand, and while he walked off. So. Last game of the season next week. Take it easy, guys. See you next week. Bye.
Hi there, Chris here in Athens. So Wolves won, Everton won. Wolves looking like a team that's safe and not competing for Europe. Sat back, expecting Everton to bring the pressure on, and all fairness to Traore, he was his usual self up and down the wing, his usual self in respect that didn't produce much in terms of crosses, but he did do all of the work for the goal. So fair enough for Adama. Hwang got his name on the score sheet, but I think it was Traore that did the work. I thought Bentley didn't play particularly well. I think he made a mistake that cost us the goal. I think Collins also, that wasn't a performance that shows he deserves his name on the starting sheet next game, and I think Kilman will feel quite safe with that. Having said that, I thought when Costa came on, he had a bit about himself and looked dangerous, and could have got a goal maybe. And Matheus Nunes as well, I thought played well when he came on. And let's be honest, he should have put that in the back of the net, and that should have been 2-0, and we should have been going home. I think Wolves missed an opportunity to go 5 wins at home, which would have been good for confidence and would look good on the statistics sheet. But it is what it is, Everton fighting for their lives, fighting for every ball. And in the 99th minute, they got a goal that might save their season and keep them in the Premier League next year. And I think that was the difference. If Wolves had been out and out fighting against relegation at this point, I think we could have easily beaten that team today. But Lopetegui's looking at players, wants to see what's going on, and so that's what it is. Man of the match, not really sure. I'll say maybe Neves, because as usual he was all over the place. But difficult to pick a man of the match for me out of that performance today. So is what it is. It's a draw at home. Could have done better. Anyway, on to the next one against Arsenal. Hope for a better performance. Always Wolves.